Hello everybody, it's me RJ here again with another hiking video for you guys. We're down here by Kyle's Landing. We're gonna hike the Indian Creek Trail. I got other videos on that. It's gonna be really dry this time. There's gonna be no waterfalls probably anywhere on the trail. But I haven't been here since 2014. We're gonna hike all the way to the Eye of the Needle and try to get on top of it if we can. So stay tuned and enjoy. Yeah. Follow the trail a little ways and you're going to come up to this sign right here. It says BRT, stands for Buffalo River Trail, Irby. To the left, you want to go straight. Ignore that trail if you're trying to get to the eye, to Indian Creek Trail. So we're going to go straight, follow this wide path. A little ways up, you're going to hit another sign exactly like the one back there. You want to continue straight, ignore the Steel Creek to the left here where it says no horses. You want to keep going straight. So we haven't veered off the trail yet. We're continuing to walk straight on this wide trail, and I do believe that this is possibly the horse trail that you're following. We'll eventually get to a sign that's going to say Indian Creek Trail and point in the direction. That's what we're looking for. And just keep following this straight. The path is going to narrow down just like this as you keep following it straight. And I do believe that this is the sign, if my memory serves me right, that's going to point us in the right direction. So here's the sign I was talking about. It says to Indian Creek Trail, 0.3 miles this way. So that's the way we want to go. We do not want to go that way. So when you get to this fork, ignore right, go left. Okay, we're still on the same path. Grass is pretty thick, but this is September, so it's kind of hot and dry. And right here we're coming up to another sign and another fork in the road or in the trail. And to Indian Creek is to the left. You want to go left, ignore that path to the right. And the reason why I'm waving this stick in front of my face is because there is tons and tons of spiders on this trail that like to put their web right in front of the trail, so you get a spider in your face. And that's pointing back to Kyle's. And this here says Steel Creek, but you can continue to follow this path to Indian Creek. So keep going straight. A little bit ways up from that sign, you're going to come across this no horses here. That's going to say Steel Creek to your right. And right on the side of this post says Indian Creek this way. So ignore the right, keep going straight. Now you're going to come up to this dried creek bed. There wasn't any water in here when I came last time, when there was waterfalls all over the place on this trail. But you have a choice. You can either go straight across and follow these trails, or you can stay in the creek bed for a good distance anyway. I'm going to probably stay in the creek bed. So if you're following my video, you will get to the Eye of the Needle eventually, but you do have a choice. You can follow the trail that way, or you can stay in the creek bed. I like to stay in the creek bed if it's dry. If there's too much water, I'll get out and get on the trails. This is the trail I was talking about along the way of the creek bed. I'm going to get in there eventually, but I wanted you to see the trail. It's pretty well marked. A lot of people come and hike this trail, so you can follow it fairly easy. I'm going to get back in the riverbed as soon as I can. Well, I'm back down in the creek bed, and just to the right of me there's a trail, and there's a little faint trail on the left side. But you can follow this trail. You can stay in the creek bed, whichever you choose. Eventually you will get to the eye if you stay in the creek bed or the trail over there. I came up out of the creek bed, and I'm following the trail on the left side of the creek. There's a trail on the right also, and it goes up and up on top of that ridge. I like to stay down low in the creek bed. You just keep following this trail or that trail or the creek bed, like I said earlier, and you'll eventually make it. Alright, if you're following the trail on the left side of the creek, there's a couple trees that have fallen across the trail, so you can see it's pretty heavily marked, so there's no losing the trail because of trees being in the way. And there's the creek right there. The creek is, I do believe the creek is in your eyesight all the way. Here's some more trees blocking the, well, not really blocking the path, but laying across the path. Okay, we're still following the path on the left side of the creek, and it's starting to make its way up. So this is a pretty strenuous hike to the eye and back. So just be careful, especially in wet season when it's rainy. A lot of these rocks up here get really slippery, especially if you're walking down towards the creek bed. They get really, really slick. And if you're going to come during the rainy season, I do believe you will have to cross the river a few times, so be ready to get wet. And at this point, it looks like we're gonna have to go down by the creek bed and get back on the trail right here. That trail back there did eventually put us back in the creek bed, so we're going to follow it this way. And I do believe that another trail picks up right here, so you're going to be crossing this. So if it's dry, that's why I said earlier, just stay in the creek bed. But you're going to have to cross it regardless if it's wet to get places, because it's going to get too deep for you to to be walking in there. As dry as it is out here, there's still a little bit of water. Now normally you would walk up there on the trail, and you could either come up top or skimmy across this ledge right here, or try to work your way across that ledge, which is pretty slippery. But since it's so dry, I'm going straight through, because I could probably climb up out of the other side. We'll see. See, my wife's taking the ledge up there. I'm gonna go through. I should be able to get out from here, but I wouldn't dare try this when there's a lot of rain, because normally when there's a lot of rain, this is pretty deep. Will you take that? Thank you. There we go. Get some good grip. Okay. Walking stick. There's some more water. And if you watch my other video of when there was a lot of water, this right here is normally rushing down pretty thick. That water's nice and cold. I'm gonna rinse my hands off and cool down a little bit here. And when you get to this point right here, the trail is actually right there. And I do believe there's a trail higher up. And the first time I came through here, this right here was really slick and muddy going through here. And I actually had to cross right there, which I'm gonna do again today. But since it's so dry, it's probably not gonna be near as slick. So it's still a little slippery.
Just a little wet and muddy.
Yeah.
and scrambled right there.
It is still a little slippery. All right, I'm gonna go up and around and take the actual trail because it's pretty slick. Here, grab my hand. Okay. Yeah, it is pretty slick. All right. Look at all the mud. It's a lot muddier than I thought it would be. So continue this way. Whoa. It's really beautiful back here on this trail. I almost lost my footing. But it is very beautiful on this trail. It's a lot of awesome scenery. And man, if you come on a heavy rain or a rainy season, there's at least 8 or 9 waterfalls on this trail. Beautiful waterfalls to see. But we're going to continue that way. Okay, I'm now to a point where I've got to get back in the creek bed. This goes around here, but then it drops off where there normally would be deep water. I've got to cut straight across here and get back on the trail.
I remember that rock because the trail should actually go behind
Yeah,
that
it
rock.
should, and that tree has fallen. Okay, so we can't go behind it.
We probably still could, but we're not.
Okay, we'll just go this way then. It looks like people have cut through this way too. Anyway, so many people travel this that there's paths everywhere, so just keep your eye out for paths and stay following the creek. It's very important to stay following the creek if you want to make it to the eye. And I left a rope back there in 2014, so I'm wondering if that rope is still there. So I'm right here at this big pool of water, and I'm not going to go through that. It's probably up to my knees. There's a trail right here that's pretty slim. We're going to have to try to get past. The original trail that I was going to go on goes up and over this way, but there was a tree blocking that path and we decided to take a different way. So I'm going to get up here and see if I can make my way across. So if you come up this side and go like I'm going, be very careful. And if this was wet on this hillside or rock side, I probably would not even try this. So just keep yourself leaning towards the rock and not the stream down there.
When you get right there, there's a little spot in the rock right there.
I see it.
Up top.
Okay. Oh, right here I can get my fingers in. Okay, that works. That works pretty good actually. Like a little handle. Just keep your hands always on something. Okay, be careful. That gets a little slick right there. Maybe if you come down to this, it looks like it's a little flatter.
There's nowhere for me to plant my foot.
No. Here, I can get down right here,
Okay.
and I'll help you get down. Okay, bring your...
I'm afraid if I slip, it's just...
I got your foot.
You just go. Let's go.
Okay, good. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this looks safe here.
I was afraid if I let that it would slip and just go right.
Yeah, you'd be off in the... At least you'd have at least 3 foot of water to cushion the blow. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, there's actually a trail over there. You can go behind that rock. I think the very first time we came, we took this way too. Well, since there's not much water down here, I'm gonna walk my way up through this so you guys can get a good view. It's still a little slick over here, even though there's not much water. All right, this is really slick, so I'm gonna take this way. Whoa. All right, I'm gonna climb my way up. Okay, I made it up the little waterfall here, and there is a path going around. It would normally come from up there and come down here and then around that way, and there's also one that goes to the left here. I think I'm going to follow the one to the left. It looks a little bit easier, so let's continue that way. You keep following the path on your left, you're going to get to these huge boulders right here with these little pools of water in them, and you keep following the path this way. Just be careful, because you make the wrong move like I almost did, you're going to fall, and that's not going to be a fun place to fall. Well, I came up on this big log, and there's a trail that goes up there. It looks like it's possibly a cave, but I don't think it is. Just people get curious. I'm going to attempt to cross this log, so hopefully I don't fall, hurt myself. It looks wide enough. I got pretty good balance, so. Look at the tree. Look how it wobbles. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. See it bouncing while I'm... It's not the smartest thing to do, but I got really, really, really good balance. I wouldn't do this if I didn't have good balance. All right, looks like I made it without falling. Let's... check this out here. Wow, look at all the moss growing on the side of here where all this water is falling. This would probably be a really, really beautiful waterfall if there was heavy rain. That's too cool. Oh, I remember this. I crawled back in here the first time. It didn't go that far back. Yeah, it only goes about maybe 4 foot. We're gonna go back down and go on the trail on the far side there, on the left side. It's a little bit lower to the creek bed than this one. This one kind of goes up high and it gets a little steep, so I'd rather be down there. All right, we're back on the trail on the left side. It's better. Our trail leads us right back into the creek bed on these big, huge, flat rocks. And we're gonna go straight across and go up that way. Yeah, let's just stay on the trail. Okay. So I think we're getting close to that cave that's up top.
I haven't smelled it yet.
No. So we're gonna cut through here. Spider webs. Ugh. I came to a spot where the trail splits off. You can either go up or down here. I'm going to take the lower path. You can go whichever way you choose. You will get there eventually. I'm going to take this lower path right now. So the path I took leads you right back down to the creek bed. We're gonna follow. My wife went up right there, and there's a pretty good sized snake down in this hole here. I'm not gonna get close. I'm actually 6 or 7 foot away from him, but I am not gonna get close to that snake. I don't know what kind of snake that is, and I don't know if you can get a good shot at him, but he's right down there. But I'm gonna go around this way because I do not want to disturb him. I'm gonna leave him alone. And if you do come out on this trail, the first time I came, I ran into a couple snakes. And it's just best to avoid them, regardless of what kind of snake they are. Just leave them alone. I put my camera on my selfie stick so that I could get a better close-up shot of that snake for you guys. I'm gonna try to get close to him with the camera and keep myself at a good distance without disturbing him. So let me get a little bit closer here, because he's actually moved a little bit and he's looking at me right now. So here we go. So I'm going to continue my way up the creek bed since it's fairly dry. The trail is on the left of me. I'm going to come up here and check out this little pool of water here. You probably won't be able to see them on the camera, but there's tons and tons of little baby crawdads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least 9 of them in sight, and they're all swimming around. You might be able to see that, I'm not sure. So I'm going to cross along this ledge right here. Continue my way down.
Must have been playing with that.
Careful with this rock here, it's loose. Now, right at this part of the creek, or this part of the trail, if you know what bat poop smells like, bat guano, you're gonna start to smell it from here. The closer we get to a cave that's up in the cliff up there, the smell is gonna get a lot stronger. Now that cave is closed, we're not allowed to go in it, so I'm not gonna go in it. I might go up a little bit to it so you can look closer, but we're not going to go in that cave. I've never been in it, and I don't know anybody that has been in it. So if you're watching this video and you know what cave I'm talking about and you've been in it, let me know. And here comes the natural bathtub, or what they call a natural bathtub on this trail. It's pretty cool. I've only been here one time when there's been a little bit of water in it. This is dry. There's probably not any water in this at all, but it's pretty cool. There's a little bit. You can wash your feet. Look at all these butterflies. That's pretty. I'm gonna go down in this natural bathtub. Normally the water's flowing over that way, and this thing is pretty deep. The one time I came when it was full, well, it wasn't all the way full, but it was at least up to here. This is pretty neat. I'm gonna go right through and work my way out if possible. Go around this side. If I slip in, it's only about a foot deep. Oh, that's pretty slick. Okay, I made it. Okay. All right. right after that natural bathtub back there. Take the trail to the left side, unless you want to explore over there a little bit. This path here is a little bit easier to me. So we're still following the trail on the left. There's some huge rocks that have slid down. They look like they've caved in. And I think at one time some of this trail was a natural cave, and it has fallen apart and caved in. So the trail continues up that way, or we can cross and go that way. I'm going to cross and go up along that bluff right there and go on the other side of those huge rocks. I'm going to come down right here. This nasty spider. Okay. Go. I haven't gone up on the trail yet. I just wanted to come down here, check out that wasp, or whatever kind of wasp that is. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I just wanted to come down here and peek underneath these huge boulders. I'm gonna walk down in this area here. Doesn't go far back in there, but I just wanted you guys to see what it was like, and considering the last time I came here, this was full of water. I couldn't go down here. It's nice and cool. Pretty awesome. Actually crawled back up underneath that one. Gonna crawl up in here just a little bit. It just opens up and goes back down to the other side. So I'm not gonna crawl in there too much further. I'm gonna get back out. Just thought you guys might want to see some of this. I'm gonna get back out and go up top. All right, I'm gonna get back up on the trail and continue further down. So the trail I was following forced us back down into the creek bed. So regardless of where you are, you're eventually going to get forced down into the creek bed, and you're going to have to cross it. I'm going to cross right here, go that way. That's why I say if you lose the trail, just follow the creek bed. You'll eventually find somebody's trail, and you'll find the eye. Now, if you were here on high water, you wouldn't be able to get through this at all. The trail would be up there, going along the top of that bluff or ridge. So we're going to try to get across this way, or maybe right here. Let's try to go right here. Looks like people have walked up that. Right here. If you can get over there, see where it steps up. If you take the path that I took, be aware that it gets really thin right here. It's a tiny ledge just big enough for my foot, and then I have to get down. There's these little holes in the wall here that you can use for grips for your fingers. So, and I'm gonna get down right here and keep going. Look at all the crawdads in there, all against the wall.
Hell yeah.
This is pretty neat. Normally when there's a lot of water here, this is all the way up to the rim pouring down. It's really, really pretty. And we need to keep going this way. Trail is up there, but I'm down in the creek. And you can tell by the way the rocks are eroded right here and smooth that a lot of people walk this way also. I've got to pick up the pace so that I make sure I leave myself enough time to get out of here before it's dark. So if you made it this far with me, then you should come to this huge broken tree that's across the trail. You know you're headed the right way. Just keep following the creek, keep following the creek. Do not forget that. And this is a trail. You probably can't tell by the camera, but this is a trail that people walk. I'll see you. Here's I think what they call Copperhead Falls on this trail. We're gonna have to go up here, but this is it. We're gonna climb up the right side of it and continue on the trail. And right here you can smell the bag guano really, really bad because we're getting really close to that huge cave I was talking about. So let's head up right here and continue on. And be really careful up here, the rocks are slick. If you look right up there, that's that huge cave I was telling you about. There was a sign down here somewhere that said do not enter last time I came. And it's probably somewhere around here, but I don't see it. But I'm assuming that people climb up, and go across and up and get into that cave. I've went up to the top right there before, and it's pretty scary. I could climb up there and show you guys real quick and then get back down. Let me do that. Okay, if you're a short dude, this is not doable unless you have a lot of upper body strength, because I had to hoist myself up there. So right here, I'm standing on maybe 2.5 foot of walkway. And there's a little path that's gonna go right here, and you can climb into that cave. I'm not gonna get up there because obviously if I fall, there's nothing to stop me from killing myself. So that's a pretty far fall. So you can climb up here. You can see people have done it numerous times. There's a trail right there, and then you can climb into the cave. And I know that all caves are closed in Arkansas, so we're not allowed in there. I'm not going to get in there. I'm going to go back down to the bottom, as much as I'd love to go in that cave. And the fact is too that I'm not sure I could get my wife up here with me safely and inside that cave safely. So we're gonna get down and continue on the trail. Oh, there goes my flashlight. I hope it didn't break. I'll have to find out when I get down there. That was my flashlight. Yeah, I hope it didn't break. Did you find it? Oh good, still works. I was afraid the lens would have busted.
Yeah.
Okay, right around the corner of that cave, you're gonna come up these rocks right here. You're gonna get to this area where there's this rope. We're gonna have to get up there and climb some rope. And I left some rope here 5 years ago, 4 years ago, somewhere, well, 6 years ago. And more people have tied more rope, and I'm thankful for that because that's gonna make our trek up there a lot easier. But from here, there's a waterfall here, and you can't go much further. You can go back in there a little bit and get up under those rocks. There's a lot of water, but to get to the other side, we've got to go up. So if you're not up for this kind of climbing, don't do this trail. Yeah, or turn around here and go back, but it requires a lot of upper body strength and trust in these ropes. I'm gonna get up to this ledge so I can help you. Okay. I'm gonna cut the camera here, guys. I'll see you up on the other ropes. GoPro. So this is really, really steep, guys. If you come up here, do not let go of the ropes. Just use the ropes even if you don't need them. It makes it a lot easier. Here's our rope. They used it to tie a knot in this one. Oh. It looks like it's worn out and ripped. That's good though. Yeah. At least it was useful for something. Well, I'm just gonna grab all three. And I got more ropes in my backpack, at least 100 feet if I need them.
I think I got one in mine.
Okay. Right up there is where we normally stop and take a break, so we can stop and eat something. I'm gonna need to eat something.
Yeah. Are you recording all this?
Yeah, I'm recording it all. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop here, and I'll see you at the top. It's gonna take another minute or two to get up. Whew. All right. So if you guys can manage to get up that, the view up here is amazing. This whole view is just beautiful. Man, it took a lot of wind out of me. I need some water. I'll let you guys soak in this view while I drink some water. And you guys, when you get up here, you can climb around all over there. There's not much on the other side, just different places to look down on. You can climb over here, which we're gonna go that way. But if you make it up this high and you're on top of these rocks that I'm on, if you turn around right here, there's actually a little cave down in the bottom of here. No signs, no nothing. I've been down in it before. We're gonna climb down in it again. It's actually right over there, isn't it? You can see down right here. Yeah, right here.
Don't be a jerk, don't vandalize.
So I'm gonna come right down here. And there are some stalactites and stalagmites in this cave, and if you guys come down in here, don't touch them. Just leave them alone to the best that you can. You don't want to touch them because you can mess them up, mess up the formation and kill them and whatnot. You know all the cave safeties if you've ever been in a cave before. There's one right there, and that one's actually bigger than it was the last time I came in 2014. This cave is probably a lot bigger than it looks. I'm 5'4" and I'm standing up, and if I reach my arm all the way up, if I was about 6 foot, I could touch the ceiling. And here's a stalactite and a stalagmite, and if you come down in here, this cave actually goes down and around, You can crawl back if you wish, quite a ways. I'm not going to, but I'll shine my light down there. Hopefully you get a good view of this. It goes way back in there and some really, really tight spots that me personally, I just don't feel comfortable getting in. So I just wanted you guys to see this. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace. So I'm gonna get out of here and show you guys a few other areas around here. And finally, the eye of the needle. But yeah, just try not to touch this stuff, man. Let it grow, leave it alone, and don't vandalize. All right, I'll see you guys up top. All right. Once you're up here, to get to the eye, we need to walk around this way. Be very careful on this path. It is really, really thin in certain areas. And if you fall, you're going to be broken to pieces or die. So be very careful. Especially right there. I'm going to turn around so you can see where my wife places her feet and stuff, so you guys can get an idea. Proper way to do this.
That's probably not
All right.
the proper way.
Well, it's a good way. You made it safely. I like to always keep my hands on these while I'm walking this ledge. And right around the corner, there's this little opening here. We're going to go through the opening. Nice and cool in here. And this is pretty low to the ground. Probably 3 foot tall, maybe 2.5. Then we're going to continue this path right here, and we're going to be at the eye in a few minutes. I'm going to shut the camera off, and I'll see you guys at the eye. Okay, guys, over there is where I climbed up the ropes. So I'm on the other side of that waterfall that I showed you, and I'm on the very top of it. And the water is actually coming out from a cave system or hole down there. I can't get to that without having ropes and stuff, so that's impossible to get to. But over there is where I climbed up the ropes, came around. I'm on the back side, and I need to go that way to get to the eye. I just wanted to stop and show you this really nice view. All right, let's keep going. And somewhere down here along this wall, there's a cave, and there's actually a sign right here. This is another cave I've never been into, but there is a sign right here that specifically states it's all covered up, but it states on here that it's a $50,000 fine per violation. So that's a massive cave, and I'm wondering if this cave leads to that other one, that big hole inside the rock over there beside the hill that I showed you guys earlier, that I climbed up to and tried to peek in. I'm wondering if this leads to that. If it did, that would be awesome, but I'm not going to go in here because I can't afford that kind of fine. I just wanted to peek inside and show you guys, but I'm not going any further. We're going to go to the eye now. Whoa, almost fell. So that path that I took around from that little tunnel comes down through here, and then we're going to go up that way. We're almost there. The eye of the needle is right up here. We just climbed up all those boulders, made our way through there, and I got more boulders to climb, but it's like right around the corner, less than 30 seconds. So I'm going to head that way so you guys can see it. And I've never been back here when water's been pouring through. I've always wanted to come here when water is pouring through the eye, and that takes a tremendous amount of water from what I've heard. This is just one of my favorite trails, and we've been on it quite a few times. And there it is. Hopefully you're getting a good view of this. I'm going to get up closer to it. Okay, let's get up closer.
You smile when you come up on this.
Yeah, I know. Just to get to the end and know you made it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are right in front of it. So let's check this out. Pretty awesome. And there are people that have made it to the top. I'm not quite sure how you make it to the top. I think up and around that way. And you can also apparently make it to the top from the other side somewhere at a different trailhead. And people have been known to climb up through that with ropes. Let me get a little closer so you guys can kind of get an idea how tall this is if you've never been here. Normally this has a little bit of water here, but this is dry as a bone. Okay, I'm gonna look straight up here. Pretty awesome. And there is another little cave back in here. I think it's right up there. So let me get up here and see if I can show you that small cave. I haven't been too far in this one. It goes in small area and then it drops down. I think it's right there. Yeah, it's right up here. It's pretty tough to get to. Okay, right up over here. Let me put my flashlight away and I'll get inside. So I need both hands to climb up here. Okay. Now, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Come down in here. You can hop down. And there's these little spots here and here that don't go anywhere. Then you have this cave. You can go down. And further down. Oh, really skinny in here. I'm not a big guy and this is pretty tight for me. My hips are actually touching the walls right there. Okay. Now you can come further in here. Oh, and it's so nice and cool. Okay guys, my battery's getting low. I need to change my battery real quick and we'll see some more. Okay guys, I changed my battery. I'm gonna cruise down through here real quick and let you guys see a little bit of this cave on the inside here and check it out. Way up there. And I'm gonna have to get out of here so pretty soon. You can crawl back in there quite a ways and it just gets smaller and smaller and I cannot fit back there. That is way too small for me. So let's go back over here and get a little bit of this area here. Now, I'm not gonna go down there because if you go down through here, I'm a little nervous right now, but if I slip and fall, that looks like to me it's about 40 foot down. And I don't know where that leads. I don't know how to get back out. I don't know if you can get back out. So I'm not gonna go down there. But if anybody's watching this video and you have been down there, let me know. I'm gonna get out of here and start heading back before it gets too late. So let me get out of here. That's pretty tight. Bear with me with all the grunting and it's just really tight and it takes a lot of muscle for me to get out of here. Okay, got that one. Got that one. Okay, Now, I'm almost out. Thanks for joining me on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the hike. And I recommend this for everybody that's capable and adventurous to come do this hike. Just be very careful. Take lots of water, some snacks, and be ready to at least spend 4 to 5 hours out here. I suggest you start in the morning. It is 4:47 p.m. The sun sets at 7:30. I don't have much time to get out of here. So if you start this trail, I suggest you start it early. And that way you got plenty of time to hang around. I gotta get now. So give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, leave the comments below, subscribe if you like my content, and I will see you in the next video. Later.